when we first started dating, this is going behind the scenes here, but I was definitely more of the spender, 100% hand up, and someone was far more frugal compared to between the two of us.
All right, guys, welcome back. It's been a while since we recorded an episode of Perks and Paving, but here we are again. We meant to come over yesterday, but life gets busy, and we had a little vlog sesh over at one of our local projects, and we were planning to go from there and come straight in here and kind of make it a full vlog experience, but just didn't really work out.
Yeah.
So
we are in the middle of the season and it's rolling right now.
Yeah, it's definitely rocking and rolling. Little bit of a switch up from what our typical vibe of the show is. So not that we're not going to talk about, career change or life changes. I think we can still touch on that, but a big thing that we want to hit on is our core values here at the Pavement Group. So for the next
six episodes
through the end of the year, pretty much, we'll be focusing on one per recording, and kind of give you a little bit of background on, how we view those personally and as a company, and just kind of touch base on where things have been with the life of the Perks and
bring it all together.
Yeah, what fun stuff has been happening the last month. Oh yeah, also we're only recording once a month now. All these changes, sorry. But yeah, we're excited to get back.
Yeah. So I picked the first one. I think we started off the year right off the bat kind of geared around our first core value that we're going to talk about, which is self-improvement. Mm-hmm. So we started off the year before the year in December, we talked about training for the marathon.
Yeah.
And I was the one who wanted to do the half, but you convinced me and talked me into doing the full. Mm-hmm. And I think that's a good start for how this year started and how it kind of corresponded with our total theme for this year in our one community with personal excellence. So with that being said, why did you want to do the full over the half? What was your guiding force of saying, let's do the full instead of the half? Because I was totally set up, ready, mentally prepared to do a half, and then you threw me a change up.
Well, sorry, phone call. So with I had already done a half, and I think, being 1% better, always looking for that next challenge. Like, I had already accomplished that, and I knew I could do it. So I didn't know if I could do a full marathon, and I was, super excited when you said that you were willing to do the full as well. I think opportunities like that allow us to strengthen our relationship.
Those Sundays.
Yeah.
Those Sundays of those long runs, and then us just melting on the couch, sore, pain.
For sure. But I think with us and, looking for opportunities for growth in, whether it's training for a marathon, work, our relationship, volunteering within the community. We've kind of tackled all those things as a couple, and, you help me to be better and I help you to be better. And not that running the half marathon wouldn't have helped you to grow personally. But I think that was cool that you were ready to jump on board and tackle something even bigger than you thought you were capable of.
Yeah. And I think what kind of gets lost with this particular core value is constant improvement. I think a lot of people, at least me speaking personally, think more of the physicality and the health. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be better in my health. But there's so many other avenues in your life, and you just kind of listed professionally, our emotional relationship, spending more time with our families and stuff like that, I think goes there. But I think one of the biggest components of self-improvement, and it's in the phrase constant self-improvement, is consistency. It's one thing, okay, we ran a marathon, and then I personally took kind of a month off from exercising and all that. And something that I noticed, and I'm sure other people can relate to it too, but when you when you're not as consistent, or you slug around, or you're not getting up every day and doing the normal routine, I think it starts to translate to other areas of your life. And I know professionally, at least with work, things were and are still going well, but the days that we get up, that we go to the gym, that we do and take care of ourselves, and that things click in place.
But I think with that being said, having the people around you that are also focusing on the self-improvement. Like when I get up and go to the gym at 5:30 in the morning, you're like, oh,
Thank
man,
God.
I better get out of bed and go to the gym in the morning.
100%.
But I think that sets our days up for success.
It's already one victory.
Yeah.
You've already started the day off with a win.
Yeah, for sure. But going back to like surrounding ourselves with people who are also looking for constant self-improvement. I love here at the Pavement Group, like at the beginning of the year, the sales team sat down specifically, and we can go more into like your role and like what you guys have goal-wise as well. But the sales team sat down, and yeah, obviously we have professional or, goals for sales goals within the company for the year. But I loved that they encouraged us to focus on self goals too. So like every quarter when the sales team comes in, we kind of go through our list of personal goals. I mean, some of them are work related as well, but like Mike Assetti, I mean, he wanted to do more volunteering this year, and every quarter that he comes in, he gets to comment on the awesome things that he's doing within his community. We have Eli wanted to, be more involved with his church, and he's been doing a great job with that. And I love hearing that. And like that's motivating to me to hear all the people around me doing great things. So yeah, like I want to be the best version of myself. And when I'm surrounding myself with those best people, it just allows me to achieve those things.
I mean, that's such a good point too. And it's something that you and I have talked about personally before about we were in the healthcare industry where we help people every day. And the amount of volunteerism, the amount of activity and time spent in our community here in the construction business far outweighed anything we did when we were in healthcare, which is kind of outstanding, like ridiculous if you look back and think about that. But I mean, it all centers around the people here and the mission here. Yeah. And, it's an expectation. And it's not, when you're involved in stuff like that, it's something that you want to do and do more of as well.
Yeah. I mean, I know you mentioned we were sitting outside on the front porch a couple months back, and you're like, we've done more volunteering this year, with walks and with volunteer activities for, cancer research.
Going down at Christmas time. Presents
I mean, with the stuff that the company has presented to us as opportunities that, I mean, we're not required to participate, but like, we all like to do those things. So it's nice when we get to all go and hang out with each other to, do great things for our community. So yeah, it's just very, like you said, the fact that we worked in healthcare and we were supposed to be giving back to people, and we did. It's not that we didn't do that, but as far as kind of branching out into the community and doing those things, we didn't have a team of people that we worked with that were also interested in doing those things as a team. So, but yeah, that's a very, very good thought. I mean, I know we've discussed, but good recap. But also, I think, as far as constant self-improvement, even just like our finances. I mean, I know at the beginning of the year, obviously we sat down and, talked about our goals as a couple, and, constant self-improvement in that regard has been huge too. I mean, we have big goals, and it doesn't happen with us both being on track, even though before we walked in here, Mark did comment on how many Amazon packages have been.
Keep on buying stock in Amazon. I'll tell you that much.
But not that I need to get too much into that, but I'm returning all the stuff that doesn't fit. I'm only keeping like 2 things. But we do have goals in that regard. And it's...
I think when we first started dating, this is going behind the scenes here, but I was definitely more of the spender, 100% hand up, and someone was far more frugal compared to between the two of us. But I think in the last several years, we have both met in the middle a little bit more.
We have.
And I think that we're on the same page with that. We're in a very fortunate position where things that are needed, things that we need, we're completely comfortable with. It's where things that we want that we don't need, where I think we've done, especially me, have done a much better job of, is this something that we really need or is it something that we really want? Yeah. Is it more important than our dream goal of paying off the house as quickly as possible?
Right. Right. Yeah. So I'm really proud of us for kind of sticking to the plan that we set forth at the beginning of the year, and
they have a lot of good help with Mr. David Smedley as well.
Oh yeah, if you're looking for a financial advisor, he will definitely keep you on track. He is the best, the best. So right here in Wexford, yeah. So, but yeah. So should we get into a little bit about what fun things we've been doing over the last month?
Do it.
So a lot has happened. We've gone on. So, I mean, I feel like this phase of our lives right now is very much just, it's busy, but it's fun because we get to kind of reconnect with a lot of different people through different chapters of our lives. Just
different areas of the country.
Different areas of the country. I mean, weddings, baby showers, birthday. I mean,
vacation in Fort Lauderdale.
So I feel like in the last month, we've kind of reconnected with more so my groups along my phases of life, but it's been really fun. And obviously you've meshed into, those groups as well. So, which has been fun, but going back, so we went on a fun trip to Deep Creek, which we had never been before.
Beautiful. Love that area.
We had a friend of mine from college that I'm in her wedding that had a co-ed bachelorette party, which was a nice little twist.
First time I've ever done that.
Yeah,
too.
I love that there's like no roles anymore. Everyone just does whatever they want. And I mean, obviously we embrace that to the fullest with our wedding.
Yeah.
So I love that. I think since COVID, it just seems like everyone's just doing what they want. And like, why would you not do what you want when it's your wedding?
It's your wedding.
It's your wedding. It's your celebration. Do it the way you want it. So all of her favorite people were there and that was fun. But I was thinking back to it as we were like, just thinking what we were going to chat about. Do you remember all the funny things that we were talking about with the foods when they were saying, like, they thought I was so weird for eating the shrimp tails?
Oh.
You remember that?
No, but you can go ahead and announce to the world that you eat shrimp tails.
I don't care. You do too. But
they're fried, not like raw.
Yeah, no, I'm not eating like, no. So whatever. No, so I wanted to go through some of the other ones that we had discussed. We can maybe get Tyler in on the side over here. So if you have a shrimp that is deep fried, are you eating that crunchy tail?
No.
Never.
Negative.
I don't think so. It's the tail.
It's all breaded.
No.
No?
No.
Oh, I'm asking the guy that pulls apart the bananas or doesn't pull apart the bananas, though.
The right way. Yeah.
Oh.
Exactly. No. I don't think that's normal.
My family does it. His family does it.
My mom's a big shrimp tail eater.
Okay. Kiwis with the skin.
I've never tried it with the skin.
I've never done that one.
Yeah.
No? Yeah. You do the kiwis with the skin. You eat the hair.
Yeah.
Now, I think that is so weird.
It's the skin. It's like an apple.
Probably like fiber, probably a little extra fiber in there.
Yeah.
I've never tried it with the skin, if I'm being honest.
Rinse it off because then it's not so spiky.
Yeah.
Good.
What else you got?
Dandelions.
Your dad is like dandelion
You
king.
eat dandelions.
Yeah.
You don't eat shrimp tails, but you eat dandelions from the yard. You just go out and like pick them and...
Basically, yeah. You pick them and then you clean them and you make nice.
I've never tried them, but her dad does quite a bit of cooking with such sauteing them up with some garlic and oil. I mean, it looks good. I've never tried it, so I'm not gonna hate it on it at all. But yeah, I know that they are very healthy for you.
Yeah, someone got me some dandelion wine once. The bottle was too pretty to drink it, so it hasn't been touched yet. But I'm sure it's good. What else do we have on my list here? Sunflower seeds with the seeds, like
with the shell.
With the shell. I definitely do that.
I didn't know there was another way.
Nah,
Like I just
you
eat
don't crack them and spit out the shell.
No, I don't even know how to do that. I eat the whole thing.
That's a rough next morning for you guys.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
Yeah, easy peasy. Yeah.
More fiber.
Yeah. I just don't know how, like, the seed inside that shell is, like, minute.
Just crack, and then you gotta like maneuver your.
I throw,
you
like,
have to,
a
you have to
whole
put it in the
hand-
back, and you gotta turn on the side,
No.
crack it, spit
No.
it, and then just. Oh man, I'll clean a bag of seeds like no one.
Yeah, no, I don't do that. And then I know, obviously, that you eat these ones, but anchovies are, like, a weird.
Love anchovy.
I love anchovies.
Have you ever tried them? Yeah.
It's so good.
I like, what do they call sardines?
I don't know
think
if
I've ever had
I don't know if I've
sardines.
ever had a sardine,
Yeah,
but
me neither.
anyways, just wanted to see what everyone's thoughts were on those. But and then I've done some traveling for work. You're about to do some traveling for work.
Think so. Yep.
And then
Impromptu road trip for a site visit.
yeah. So I was supposed to go to where was I going? Charlotte for that one. Oh, what a mess the airport has been. So I went to the airport at like 5 a.m. a month or so ago, and I get there, and if anyone's familiar with the Pittsburgh International Airport, there's like moving sidewalks that you come in from the parking area, and the line was to the last moving sidewalk. And when I got there, it was like 108 minutes or something to get through the line for security. And I mean, I got there a full 2 hours beforehand, and I didn't think I was going to make it. So we ended up, the flight got canceled, so it didn't even end up mattering. But I stood in line for about an hour and 45 minutes before I figured out that the flight wasn't going to be taking off. But that kind of led us into getting the TSA pre-check, which
the perks are now TSA people.
Yeah, we're TSA people. But our first couple experiences with TSA have been very underwhelming.
Yeah, super underwhelming.
Yeah.
Like not having a TSA line on the weekend at the Pittsburgh airport for our first time out.
They like
Super
handed us like this
bummer.
They handed us this like green little thing that
Keep your shoes on.
Yeah, keep your shoes on. Hand this to the guy when you're going through the security line. So whatever. I'm sure it'll pay off eventually to where we get to like bypass everyone. But I was pretty impressed with the ease of applying for TSA because that was kind of the thing holding us back.
Shout out to Staples.
Yeah. If you didn't know, you can go to Staples. You'll literally make an appointment online.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Took 5 minutes.
Go in, do your thing. They fingerprint you, have you sign your name a couple times, and then out the door you go. And then like within 4 days, we had TSA.
Yeah.
Like what, $76 or something?
Something like that.
Yeah. Definitely worth it. Got to do that. But so we went to the Driftwood for our timeshare.
Yep.
Which we think that all of our the Perks and Paving fans are housed at the Driftwood Beach Club. I mean, we go on vacation with the same people every year, so it's not like your typical timeshare. It's, every week 29, the same people go. So there's people from Michigan, there's people from London, there's people from Florida, there's people,
Michigan.
Yeah. So, there's people from everywhere, and these people have become like our family pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
We vacation with them now for like the last 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
So, but it was so cool this year when we got there. Everyone was like so excited they're like, "Where's the gear? We want some hats. We want some shirts." And I was like, "Oh, we don't have that yet, but maybe soon." But it was nice to hear that people actually are listening to our show. So they were excited to kind of hear about how it started and, what our plans are for the show. And were you surprised of how many people?
I was not expecting every person down there to be like, "Oh, we like see your content and watch this every day." And I was like, or not every day,
but like,
they have checked in and watched other podcasts. Brian's show. There are people that watch Brian's show from all over the country that we know that have an association with the Pavement Group, that do not have an association with the Pavement Group, but found his show through us. So just cool to see, the good message that gets spread, and great way to start your day every day at 8 a.m.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. What else has gone on this month? It's really been a month and a half since we recorded last. Some birthdays.
Your bachelorette or wedding season is going off the wall right now.
Weddings, but it's so nice to like reconnect with all the people. So before we left for vacation, we had a wedding for one of my best friends from undergrad. Then we left immediately the next morning for
within
vacation.
like 8 hours.
Yeah, so we stayed at the Microtel in Robinson, which I'm just gonna tell you about this experience because it was fun. So I didn't know of Park and Fly. Did you know of Park and Fly before?
Yeah, I didn't know it was associated with the hotel though, but
yeah. I've heard of it, but I'd never like thought through it. But since we were going to be at this wedding close to the airport, we were like, well, we should stay close to the airport rather than coming all the way back home.
Right.
So I'm like, let's look into a Park and Fly option. So I call the Microtel, and it was like $150 or so. We were literally in the hotel for 2.5 hours. Like we literally laid on the bed for 2 hours and then got up and got our shuttle at like 3 a.m. So, I mean, we were in there for one purpose and one purpose only. So we walk in and it's literally a bed in a room, and Mark goes, "You gotta be kidding me." I was like, what else do we need in this room tonight? Like, it's not like we have, need food or anything. Like, we already ate.
It served its purpose, that's for
sure.
sure.
But it was great. So we got to park there for up to 14 days. Yeah. It was like $150, and that included the car being parked there. And they shuttled us over and shuttled us back. So if anyone's looking for some conveniency when they're traveling, check out the Microtel. But from there, we went to Driftwood, then we came back home, and then I had Lauren shower. So another friend of mine who's getting married in October. And then we were supposed to have a baby shower. I mean, it's just like that season. I mean, it is jam-packed with all the things, but it's fun. So we've been keeping busy with that, and
sales team comes in town next week.
Yes.
And I am in charge of organizing a little golf
You are?
event on Sunday.
Okay.
So
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Huh. Where are you guys going to go?
I don't know. I'm between 2 golf courses. I can't decide.
What are your options?
Pittsburgh National and Pheasant Ridge is what I'm leaning towards. But I played National this past week and
On Monia Road?
on Monier, however they say it. Yeah.
Monia Road. But Tyler's like, I don't know. Monier. Monia. Yeah. I don't think you need to put the R at the end. It's just like,
No hard R.
yeah, it's silent. But that'll be fun. Who's all going with you guys?
As of right now, we have Mr. Michael Assetti, Chad, Eli, and myself.
Okay. Todd?
So Todd does not come in until Monday.
Oh,
So
gotcha. Yeah, I'm excited to see everyone in town, though. I think some of the other people within our company might be coming in as well.
oh, nice. That's
I
cool.
won't ruin any surprises for people who don't know yet, but no, I think that if people are available, they're trying to all make it in. So it's so nice when we get to see everyone and not just have to talk through the phone.
Yeah.
So
It's also just beautiful weather right now.
yeah, it actually
this-
cooled down.
Yeah. I mean, I've run this morning and yesterday morning, and I can
Yeah.
see my breath. It's
Yeah,
not ready for summer to be over yet, though. I'll tell you that much.
I know. But yeah, I think that's all. I know, well, not to ruin who's someone that might come into town, but Trisha might be coming, and she mentioned she wanted to maybe go see Twister.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You've been asking about that.
I know. She said that she was maybe interested in going to see that too, so I was excited. I haven't been to the movies for probably 10 years, up until when we went with your parents when they were visiting.
Yeah.
The movie experience is completely different than I remember, and I think I'm back on board.
The movie industry has embraced constant self-improvement.
Yeah, they have. Yeah. I enjoyed my experience, and I don't know. I just feel like sometimes with the movies, I'm like, if I want to catch up with someone, I don't want to be sitting watching a movie when I can be talking, I guess, and reconnecting with someone. So I guess that's been my thought for the last 10 years. I joke. I'm not kidding. I haven't been to the movie since we went to see Finding Nemo.
Oh, my God.
I mean,
Wow.
that was not 10, but 6 or 7 years ago.
Finding Dory, I think is what it was.
Oh, yeah, it's Finding Dory. But the experience with your family, I was like, okay, even though I didn't like the movie, it was a good experience.
Yeah.
And then went with the girls this past weekend to see It Ends With Us. And I mean, just the reclining seats, and I don't know, it's a vibe.
It's come a long way,
yeah,
for sure.
It's fun. So, but yeah, I don't know if you might get the boot for Twister now that Trisha's. I mean, I guess you can come. You can ask Trisha if you're allowed, but yeah. So I know we had initially talked about it. No. I mean, you can come, I guess, but Trisha had mentioned that she would want to go, so that was exciting to get 3 experiences in the last 3 months after not going for 7 years. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Oh,
Other
that's-
than moving and grooving with work,
Yeah.
I mean, things are busy.
Right.
Tyler probably wants to kill us half the time with not wanting to. No, it's so hard to get over here sometimes, but we're so thankful that he holds us accountable and helps structure things for us and make it fun. So thanks, Tyler.
Big shout out.
Yeah.
So
But-
we've talked about this last year in the past, we've talked about kind of what's been going on currently,
Mhm.
but what about the future for our
Mm.
goal, our core value of constant self-improvement? What are some of your thoughts on what we can do professionally or?
I mean, obviously, continuing to set goals. I mean, that's step number one, I think, is, setting the goal.
Hard goals.
Hard goals, yeah.
Challenging goals.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have to be something that you can accomplish in a month what are your long-term goals? Like, make them hard so that you actually have something to work towards. As long as you're, getting 1% closer to it every day, I think, you're accomplishing
If
something.
it's too easy, you can do more.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I've learned here.
Yeah.
Like if things are like really kind of flowing and going, like
Mhm.
there's definitely someone who needs help, or there's someone who could use a hand on this or
Yeah.
that. So
And I think, obviously we jumped into a new industry, you more recently than myself, but, don't be afraid to jump into something new just because you don't have any experience. You have to start somewhere. So, we had to start from literally ground zero. We knew nothing coming into here. We surrounded ourselves with people who were willing to teach us and help us grow. And, that's been great. But, I think if you want to accomplish something and have that goal, just surround yourself with the right people. And I don't think you'll have any problem getting there. So I think, but as far as my goal, so as far as like fitness, I really want to achieve my goal of hitting, I don't know if I'll hit 200 camps for Burn Boot Camp by the end of the year. I think I'd be hitting it pretty close. But it was a lot of delay because of all the training on the first half of the year with the marathon because I had to run. So I didn't get to go there as much, but definitely just trying to get into the gym as much as I can there. But something fun actually that Matt had brought up to me, he's extended the Tough Mudder. Did I tell you about this?
Nope.
The Tough Mudder is in September, I believe. September 9th, I want to say. But he has extended the opportunity to the Pavement Group for anyone who wants to go for free.
oh,
So he wants to get us
Nice.
involved. Just if anyone from the company is listening, you can reach out to me and I can give you the code. But
is it local here?
yeah, it's right up near Slippery Rock. So there's a 5K and I think a 15K.
I've
And then
never
there's
done one
like
of those.
obstacles
Yeah.
and stuff. And I think there's a group of people at Burn that are doing both. But he is wanting to get us involved. He came in on a podcast earlier.
Mhm.
Obviously, you met him. But yeah, he just I think really
He also
likes.
kicked my ass at his Burn Boot Camp. Yeah.
Yeah,
I know Matt very well.
Yeah. But I think he just really sees the great things that we're doing here, and
That's awesome. I had no idea.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
breaking
So
news.
he's pulled me aside a couple times now, and he's like, "Did you tell
I
everyone?"
hope it's not
And
the same weekend as the Grand Canyon. Or no, it's a different month. Jesus, September.
I think it's September.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, speaking
Yeah.
of, why don't you tell us a little bit about your upcoming goal, and I'll get the deets on
Yeah.
the date for.
I am doing the Grand Canyon hiking trail this year from, is it north to south rim? North rim, south rim, east, west?
We started the south, went to the north, right, Tyler?
Yeah.
South
25-mile
to north.
hike.
Yeah.
Going on, I believe it's in October. I have to double check. Eric will probably kill me for not knowing, but October. So super pumped. I was kind of bummed I didn't get to do it last year, but it was also my very first day on the job whenever it got brought up.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be that guy, but
Pick me.
yeah. But I have been here for over a year now and super excited to do it. I absolutely love going, excuse me, out to that part of the country. My mom's entire family is out from New Mexico, and we've traveled to Arizona quite a handful of times together, and it's just super beautiful and pretty out there. I'm looking forward to catching all the great views in the Grand Canyon and also
What's
doing
your
it for
training
a
gonna
good
look
cause.
like?
I don't see. That's what I'm like most nervous about because after running the marathon, I feel like I can do anything. If I can run 26.2 miles,
it's just different.
I
it's
can
just-
walk 25 or hike.
I'm
excuse me,
I'm not
25.
disagreeing with you. There's just I think it's completely different. Like you can't even compare the two. I agree that like you'll finish.
Yeah.
But it's like there's a mental there's a mental aspect of it for a full marathon
Yeah.
too, but I don't know. I mean, you're out there for hours in the heat. It is so hot. You have
Like,
to
I have
dunk. You have
zero
to
nervousness
salt pills.
whatsoever.
You have to do Advil. You have to do food packing. I mean, there's a lot more planning that goes into it. Whereas the marathon, like, there's
Run.
people handing. Yeah, you run.
Go run.
And you're not somewhere, like, if you needed to stop, you could stop and not have to hike another 15 miles to get back to the starting point to be done. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
can just literally pull off. Also, there's people obviously handing food out and drinks out along the path, so like you don't have to plan for that stuff. So just, I think more prep, you know, as far as
I got the
what
list. Got the emailed list. So
That's good. That's
yeah.
good.
I think we can use most of your stuff, I'm sure. The bag.
I don't know. You have to ask Vinny what that bag that I had worked like on him. He showed up and had the same bag. He's like, I think this might be a little small.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. You have to ask him about
I'll have a
that.
good coach to walk me through it since you've already done it once.
Yeah,
so you
yeah, I can definitely
Go
do that.
through go through my checklist.
Yep. I have the info on the Tough Mudder. It is September 8th at 9 a.m. And I think a lot of like the shoes that we wore for the hike at the Grand Canyon probably would.
Gotcha.
You in, Tyler?
I might be in, yeah. Yeah, they're a great time. They're like
Have you been?
partners. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're great. You'll come out. They're definitely muddy.
Yeah.
That's in the name.
Yeah. It's fun stuff. But good stuff. Well,
Yeah.
you want to bring us home?
Yeah. Guys, thank you again for watching another episode of us. You can find us live, or not live, excuse me.
Yeah, we don't do
We're
this
doing
live.
this live.
No, we don't do live.
You can find us on the One Team Media channel on YouTube and also in the One Team app as well. You guys should download the app. It's another way not only to immerse yourselves more with our show, but with all the other shows that we have on the network as well. So check it out, download it, and give everyone else a listen as well, please.
Thanks. See
Love
you
you
guys
guys.
next time.
Bye.